What's up? What's up? Am I live? Am I live? Should I?
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter movie review time. Live chat time. Where's everybody at time? Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Oh, so I always miss that part. I always miss that part. All right. We're turning off. Waiting for some people to get here. I gotta make sure my chat works because live chat. Okay, because I know y'all will come in here and start chatting, and then I have to hit a little special button now before I can see it. And I see somebody in here. Who's here? Come tell me hi. Derby Dragon. Hey, girl. Jordan. Are y'all ready to chat? Because last time, I think the last live I did, I gotta put a little chapstick on. I think the last live I did, was that the one I talked about the Captain Marvel and the haters? Well, yesterday, I went and saw a sneak peek of Captain Marvel. And I'm ready to talk about it. Don't worry. No, I'm not giving any spoilers because you know what? You don't want spoilers in this. Even I know people are like, what's the end credit scene? No, I'm not telling you what the end credit. There are end credit scenes. I'm not telling you what they are. There's two of them. There's like a mid-credit end credit scene, if that makes sense. Oh, you're going to see it for your birthday? We'll just wait. We're discussing it. All right, so there's a mid-end credit scene, which is and then there's an end credit scene. So there's a mid credit scene and an end credit scene in the Captain Marvel. And they kind of reminded me of the end credits in Ant-Man and the Wasp. They kind of reminded me of that same kind of thing because remember Ant-Man and the Wasp had the mid end credit scene where the scene that leads up to the next movie, right? So of course the mid-end credit scene of this totally is leading up to Endgame for the next movie. And then remember Ant-Man and the Wasp, the second end credit scene was funny. It was like an ant playing the drums, wasn't that it? And the same thing with the Captain Marvel end credit scene. It's funny, So it kind of I was like, oh, it kind of reminded me like Ant-Man and the Wasp. It has that. So two end credit scenes. Stay through it all. Stay through it all. Y'all should know that by now. It's a Marvel movie. Y'all should know that by now. Hi, Perry. But I'm not going to give spoilers. I'm not going to tell you what those end credit scenes are about. So y'all just have to wait. I'm not giving too many spoilers now because it's not out yet. They even made a special little announcement. There was like, Disney wants you to know. They're like, Disney, Walt himself want you to know, don't give away spoilers. I was like, I won't. I promise. But I wouldn't anyway. I don't want to ruin that for y'all. I'm doing better, Perry. Still tired. I didn't nap today. But let's get down to it. Let's get down to talking about Captain Marvel because I'm going to tell you, I have mixed emotions about it. I have mixed feelings about it. I have mixed emotions, mixed feelings. There's some things I loved about it and some things I didn't. Yeah, there's some things I loved, some things I didn't. I'm going to say the beginning of it, I was kind of bored. I mean, I know this is an origin movie. It's not going to be on the level of like Infinity War where it's just epic throughout the entire movie. It's not going to be on that. It's going to be slow because they're introducing a new character, right? I was kind of bored at the beginning. I even fell asleep. I fell asleep in the movie. Like I went with my husband and he started elbowing me and was like, get up. Like you're snoring. I was like, I don't snore. I said, I don't snore. But in defense also, I am sleep deprived. I traveled yesterday, got off a plane, went to see the movie. So I was tired. And and I was a little bored at the beginning. It started out, actually I thought it was like a lot of the movie is kind of the flashbacks too. A lot of it, there's a lot of flashbacks in the movie. But it starts out and she's not even on Earth. She's like somewhere else in the Cree lands, right? Not knowing, like she don't even know her name. She don't have a memory of nothing. So I mean, it starts out. You're just like I was confused. It starts out. I'm like, what's going on? What if she don't know what's happening? I don't know either. I was a little confused. Or what am I? I'm missing something. It was. I think maybe Captain Marvel and Ant-Man will be teaming up for Endgame with them coming out before Endgame. Maybe. Evans, you saw it too. Evans, let's talk about it. Oh, I'm excited. Evans saw it too because I was like, I'm gonna come on here and not anybody is gonna talk about, like, have seen it for me to talk about it. But I don't want to give Evans. We have to talk about it, but not give spoilers because I already told them. I was like, I'm not giving spoilers. The end credit scenes, I told them, the mid end credit scene was leading up to the next movie, leading up to Endgame. The end credit scene, there's two of them, is kind of just a funny thing. It reminded me of Ant-Man and Wasp. But I'm going to tell you, Evans, for me, it was a good film. It is a good film, Marvel. Perhaps not the masterpiece. That's what I was saying. I wasn't like, it's an origin movie. I'm not going in there. It wasn't like Infinity War epic throughout. I was bored in the beginning. I fell asleep in the beginning, Evans. There was things I missed. So there's some things I guess I fell asleep. Mastermind that so many expected, but overall it was. And that's what I was gonna say. Like there are parts I thought was boring. I thought the beginning was boring. I thought, Evans, I wanted more fight and action stuff because when the fights came, when the action came, I was down. Evans, I was all in. I was like, oh yeah, because she is bad. Captain Marvel don't play. Captain Marvel don't play. She is powerful. And so when she's having these fight scenes, there was this one part when somebody was like and she was just like this, like they thought they were holding her back or something. And she just stood there like, all right, you got me. But she didn't care because she was, I guess, watching something else or whatever. And she was like, when she was done with them, she said, poof, and all the people just flew. I was like, nobody was holding Captain Marvel back. She was standing there because she wanted to stand there. Y'all, nobody's holding Captain Marvel back. She is powerful. She is badass powerful. So I wanted more action. I was bored when there wasn't action. I was bored when there wasn't. I was just like, all right. Because I think they made like all the she didn't know who she was. She's having all these flashbacks, all this. I'm just like, I'm confused. And I know people said, if you like the newer comics of Captain Marvel, you're going to like this. I was like, this plot ain't nothing with the newer comics. I'm like, what are they talking about newer comics? That it's going to be a lot like that. I thought it was nothing like that. And then Evans, plot twist. Evans, there was plot twist that I was like, hold up. So you're telling me this is that and this? Like, I was like, hold up. Plot twist. All right, wait. What did I say? So Evans says, good film, overall enjoyable. Brie works very well around and with other characters with Law and Fury. Yes, loved her in the scenes. Brie in the scenes with Jude Law. Loved her in the scenes. Annette Bening was in it. I loved her in those scenes. Super loved her in the scenes with Samuel L. Jackson. Like that. But when she was by herself, bored. When she was not with another character, Evans, I was bored. Because she didn't talk. She just stood there I was bored. Like when she didn't have anybody to interact with, I was bored. I was. Said it. I was bored. Y'all know what y'all did to me too, because everybody was talking about her butt. Remember they had the stories and we were talking about it here, but yeah, and I blame y'all for bringing this up and telling me that people have problems with her butt because Evans, I kept looking at her butt the whole. I was like, she don't. I was I was trying to analyze her butt. I was like, is it really small? So I was distracted by that, but that was only the parts when I was bored, when she was by herself. Oh, the ending scene, the ending mid-credit ending scene. Oh, the mid-credit. Terrence. I watched it on the big screen yesterday too. I mean, it was an enjoyable film. I was bored on parts, but then the other parts I was like, oh, like for me, I was loving parts or hated parts. Like I'm like, this is just boring. I'm bored. And then boom, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was into it, you know? So I'm excited because oh, I can't tell. I'm not gonna say nothing. Nothing. I'm not saying nothing about the next movie. You know how it leads up to, but I ain't saying nothing. All right, I'm going to Derby. Did you watch the whole movie or? Oh, I watched the whole movie except the parts I fell the part I fell asleep on. Derby, I fell asleep on it, and I don't think that was like more of her past stuff. Like the past stuff, kind of just bored. I was just like, all right, when she was by herself, like figuring out things. I'm just like, all right. But when she was with like, I loved her, Samuel L. Jackson, them two together. And I love Samuel. Samuel L. Jackson, for me, stole the movie. Samuel L. Jackson is the man. I mean, Nick Fury. He stole it from me. He always does. All right. I think I know you. How do you know Derby? How do you know Derby Dragon? Gotta go. My birthday party. Bye, Derby Dragon. Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel? Choose one. Wonder Woman. And not because like I'm not even choosing because Captain Marvel, like if you say most powerful, I'll be like Captain Marvel. Most powerful, like even with Wonder Woman and her power from the gods, Captain Marvel like don't play. Like she's the most like they I can't say things. All right, we're gonna have to do another discussion after we can talk about saying things because I'm just saying like Captain Marvel is so powerful, like people want to hold back her power, you know? Like she is just way too powerful even for herself. Like she has to be careful about her power, is all I'm saying. But in terms of Captain Marvel's backstory, that's why I was bored. I was like, her backstory, boring. Thought it was boring. Wonder Woman's backstory, I was like, oh hell yeah, I was all in it. I wanted to see more. Captain Marvel in the movie backstory was just like, eh. Now the best parts is when she's fighting, which if she's in Infinity War or Endgame, what I say, because I'm not look, we're not talking about what spoilers. You figure she will be, right? You figure. So her power, if there was somebody in a superhero in this universe, because you ain't even say on Earth, right? Because Captain Marvel and she's doing her stuff everywhere, right? She's from Kree or whatever, or part Kree or got powered from Kree. You know, she's out there. They have her out there in space somewhere. But if there's anybody that can take on Thanos, it's Captain Marvel. Powerful. I got to see early as well. Jordan went with my friends. My friends thought the beginning was boring as well. The boring. Indeed, Amanda, indeed. Though I didn't like many things. I'm talking about the major change in the comics. I think you know, yeah. That when I was like, what? Like a major change from the comics. Major. Not to do with her, just to do with you're talking about to do with like the whole the Skrulls and the Krees and all that, right? Like major change. I was like, that's when I was stop myself. I was like, hold up. So you're telling me You read my mind, Evans. You're telling me this is this, and then they are this. Yeah, major plot twists that I was taken aback, and I don't know how I feel about it either, Evans. I don't know, and I'm like a new Captain Marvel comic fan. Like I haven't read the other one, so I'm not like that, and like I wasn't so invested in that story, that kind of storyline, that they deviated from. But and then for me, just being a new, like the last few months, starting to get into these comics. For me being new, I was like, hold up, no, this ain't right. This ain't right. Major, Evans, major. Captain Marvel has a nice butt. Perry, I didn't see a problem with her butt. I told y'all, from what y'all was saying, I was checking her butt out. I was like, her butt don't look that bad. Everybody wants to say she has a small butt. One of butt doubles, it was small, yeah. But I thought she looked fine in the costume. You thought her voice was a little weird? I felt like there was too much like, so people would say like, oh, she doesn't smile and this. And I don't know if it's so much the smile, but there was a lot of parts where she had like no speaking lines. Did you find that, Jordan? Like I was like, she hasn't talked in like the last 20 minutes. Like she's not chatty. Captain Marvel's not chatty. She ain't like me. I would just like this. Captain Marvel's not chatty. But her voice, I don't know if it was, I would say weird. She just didn't talk much. She didn't. And I don't know, like maybe that's why I said I'm new to the comics. I found that she was chatty in some of the comics. Like when I was reading, she would go back and forth with Tony, which, I mean, you have to see, she's not like, this is her origin movie. So it's kind of like she don't have too many people to interact with. So that's what I would love to see her in like an Avenger movie, to see her interaction with everybody, with her interaction with Tony Stark, who they always had like the little riffs back and forth between. So I'm excited to see her in some kind of Avenger movie. All right. Not the mid-credit scene. When Furry does his thing with the computer and there's that soundtrack. What are you talking about? Not the mid-credit scene. I don't know what you were talking about for that, Evan. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying, Evans. The scrolls for me are managed well. I can't say anything else, but they are a particular functional addition, and the sense of threat they give is very different from other Marvel films. I really like it. It was a lot of fun towards the end. Still think DC did better with Wonder Woman. Look, somebody asked earlier, Wonder Woman or Captain Marvel? I like Wonder, and I always say there's even parts in Wonder Woman that I was kind of bored. Like I thought it dragged on too much. This doesn't drag on. Captain Marvel didn't drag on for me. It was more the beginning I was bored. Towards the end, I was like, oh yeah, I was in my seat. Because y'all know I get loud in the theater, and I start, yes, yeah, I start yelling up in the theater. So it didn't drag for me because the ending, it was like, shh, that's when the action came. It was more the beginning I was bored. But Wonder Woman was the opposite. I was kind of like, this is getting long. This is too long. They could have edited some stuff. But still, overall, the movie, I liked Wonder Woman better. And I liked her backstory better. I do. Like the Amazon and that whole thing. I could watch that all day long. All right. Can't watch, sadly. I'm not talking spoilers, Joshua, or you just can't stay. Let me guess, though. I love the girl power. And Captain Marvel was such a well-written character. You see how, Joshua, are we going to get in a fight? Because you see how he comes in here ignorant? Thinking because females review other female movies, they're going to be this bias and just say it's wonderful and this and that. You see how Joshua Stark, just that right there is a biased opinion that he has. Just assuming that's what it's going to be. I come on here and I give real talk about it. I say what I like, what I don't like. There ain't no movie, maybe Aquaman, that could make me biased, but maybe Sexy Momomo. But I had my complaints with that, and I'll let y'all know about that too. Also that I wouldn't consider as a spoiler the role of Annette Bening. Evans, like that she's in the movie, is not a spoiler, but I would consider like her role as a spoiler. I'm not mentioning it. I feel like that was a little twist too because I wasn't expecting that who that Annette Bening is. I wasn't expecting Annette Bening in that role. Hey, blank palette. Jordan agrees. Hi, do you remember me? Yes, edit name. I remember you. Did they show why she is Captain Marvel and what happens to the original guy? Auntie Mary, did you watch the second trailer for it? I did, and I did a reaction. Didn't you see my reaction, Perry? When Coulson arrives at the end, Fury is doing a project with his computer and a famous soundtrack. Oh, it sounds like, I know what you're talking about. I'm not y'all know I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know them, but seeing Coulson in this movie totally makes me want to start watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Even though I know I have something to catch up, but watching Coulson in this and Captain Marvel totally makes me want to watch it. And you totally see there's so much S.H.I.E.L.D. in this movie, right? Because when Nick Fury came, well, of course, Nick Fury's in it. So that's going to be, but with Coulson, it was a pretty big part. They're we're the S.H.I.E.L.D., which we had a whole discussion today is what they call themselves, the S.H.I.E.L.D. and this, but wasn't it in one of was it Iron Man when they talked about the S.H.I.E.L.D. and Coulson was talking about it and he said we didn't have a name yet or whatever, which I thought it was kind of contradict. We were talking about something that kind of contradict and we wasn't sure, and it was about the S.H.I.E.L.D. that I think it wasn't in Iron Man when they brought him in and Coulson was in it and he said we didn't have a name, but then this one, which is supposed to date set in 1995, they totally we're the S.H.I.E.L.D.s, we're the S.H.I.E.L.D., so I was wondering about that. Coulson was wasted, man. They could have though. You're right. I made just seeing his character in this, the little tiny bits they had in this of him made me want to get into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But you're right. I could have told, I was they didn't have much, but I wanted to see more of that. I totally did. A little off topic, but if you're drunk and you have to go to work, I think Brightburn will sober. Blank, did you see? Blank, I did my trailer reaction to Brightburn, this second trailer today. You got to go watch it if you haven't. Because I did trailer number, we're getting off topic. But trailer number 2, I'm I got to see some Brightburn. It's a ripoff of Superman, 100%. But just not Superman. He's evil Superman. But it was crazy. And I even knew parts were coming and I still jumped. I was all right, he's going to do that. I knew it was coming. I was he's going to do this. He's going to do this. I still jumped when it happened. It's crazy. That was the major change I was talking about. Coulson was you keep it real and speak your mind. That's what makes you awesome. Thank you, Jordan. I'm not watching no Star Trek. I don't like Star Trek. I watched some of it before, but I'm not all into that. I did hear about Alex Trebek Muppets. That's sad. Thank you, Perry. It's a classic now. No, but it wasn't right, Blank. Blank, no, because I knew that was coming. And it was creating the girl's eye in that trailer. But I'm going to go. I want to go see it. I want to go see it. Evans, overall, he gave it, Captain Marvel, a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's probably around what I would. 7.5, maybe 8. It depends. I feel maybe I was just overly tired and fell asleep because I did miss some parts. Not too much, maybe 5 minutes or something, not too much. But, so I'm well, maybe I didn't give it a fair chance at the beginning of that. But the end, so it was for me, that's why I can see the 7.5 or 8 because the beginning for me was 6. I was this is boring. All right, the beginning. But then the end half for me was an 8 or 9, So I was I could see 7.5 maybe. But the ending for me and when the fighting scenes and stuff, I was into it. In the comedy, I thought they had funny parts. She wasn't funny. I didn't find her funny. Even when she tried to deliver funny lines, I was just I didn't find her funny. But Samuel L. Jackson just kills it, kills it. Hello Kitty movie. Muppets. See, here comes Muppets up in here. Here comes Muppets with his stuff. It's coming out this year, October. I know, Blank Palette. So that's what I think though about Captain Marvel. There's a lot. I think it totally deviates from the comics of what I read. But then I know, like, right, there's like a little girl. You saw the little girl in the trailer. So that I know that's like a storylines from the comics where she can go and I shouldn't talk about that. But I'm just talking about the comics. Like if that little girl like does anything in the comics and they're the next version of the Marvel MCU phase 3 or whatever is more of like the kids, I can see that little girl in the movie like doing that if it plays the same in the comics, right? Do you know what I'm talking about? See, this is hard. This is hard to talk about this and not being careful not to like reveal any spoilers. This is hard to talk about this because me and Evan's done seen it. Jordan's seen it. So we're like, you know what part I'm talking about? This part and this and this. And we have to like read each other's minds. It's hard. They could have done it better. Let's put it that way. True. I didn't like the flashback, like so much flashback. I didn't like how they start. I feel like they started it totally confusing. Like if I didn't read some of the comments before, I would have been like, I think it was really like I was confused and I did read some of the comics, I guess 7. I would give it maybe a 7.5 too, or maybe an 8. Because that's what I said. Then first half for me was like a totally different movie than second half. I don't know. Kelly Sue, what? That cat was the star. I did love the cat. I did love the cat in it. So I don't know why they changed the cat's name because right in the comics it was originally Chewy and now it's called Goose. I don't know why they changed the name. But that cat was like the best. That cat. and I'm surprised. All right, so let me tell y'all this. I visited, y'all know this, while I went to the red carpet for Infinity War, I visited the Captain Marvel movie set, right? Visited the Captain Marvel movie set. So tomorrow, probably around my time, probably what time around my time, like 9:30 my time, that's central, 9:30 central time. I have a video to go up that talks about, I'm going to talk about my set visit for Captain Marvel, show some pictures, totally showing some pictures. So y'all have to like look out for that video because I get to talk about interactions I had on the movie set. I can show pictures with different things. So Evans too, especially and Jordy who have seen it, because it was the coolest thing was watching this movie and having parts that I saw, like pieces of the set that I saw, and even things that were filmed that was in there that I saw. Do you know what I mean? I can't say tomorrow though. Tomorrow, watch my video of my Captain Marvel set visit. Because I got some stories too and pictures to show. So look for that tomorrow morning. Did y'all see though I'm approved for ads? I totally get ad money now. So y'all better be thumbing it up and commenting and try to get me plenty views. And watch my ads so I get some ads because I made a whole 50 cents. Those YouTube dollars. All right. It's the writer of Captain Marvel run, the redheaded chick. Rumors are saying that Warner Brothers just filed a suit against Sony for Superman ripoff. Really? Oh, I didn't hear that, Kavari. Well, it is. It's like Superman, but an evil Superman. Same thing. They're in the field and the thing. I'm like, this is Superman, but evil Superman. He's got the powers. People say Captain Marvel is going to be going to bring back all the superheroes in the Endgame. I think she may go back in time because that's one of her. Is that one of her powers though? Is one of her powers going back in time? I didn't know. Like I just got into these comics a few months ago. I don't remember that she used the power going back in time. So I don't know. Is that one of her powers? Evans would know. See, Evan says there's no hint about that. Oh, she was on the red carpet. I guess I'll have to have my pinky out to drink coffee now. Oh, you gonna donate? Can you do it? Does it show when you do it? Because nothing has come up. Maybe I don't have something set right to donate. Maybe I have to go in there and make sure it's like the button pressed to donate. I don't know. All right. Auntie Amanda, do you Marvel might make official Captain Marvel the video game in the future? Oh, do I think it? I'm not big into video games. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, if she does well, they're going to market it. So probably. And they're already saying like would they say the pre-ticket sales for this Captain Marvel is already beaten Infinity War, which is crazy. I mean, I think one of the big things to see in this is because everybody's so pumped for Endgame, and this is coming out like right before it really is really gonna do like they market that well, having Captain Marvel like come out a month and a half before Endgame comes out. And everybody's so pumped they want just any little piece of Endgame, to watch the movie and get any little clues in that. So I think that's one big thing for the pre-sales, probably. It'll do well. Like it's not a terrible movie. I liked it. I liked the movie. I told y'all I thought the beginning was boring and the end was awesome. But overall, like I'm probably gonna go see it again because I fell asleep like that 10 minutes. So when it comes out in the theaters, I'm probably gonna go see it again. Won't miss it. Can't wait for tomorrow. It will be fun. Evans is the comics. Is it in the comics? She can't go back in time in the comics. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, I've read these newer comics. No idea if she can go back. Like and if that was her power. So, because in the newer ones she didn't. So I think you're out of luck on that one. But she's powerful. Like she don't play. Like she just nudges somebody and they go and flying. Like she is powerful and she's got the things and the things that come out like that. She is powerful. Just give us a hint. Which set you were on? I was on the Captain Marvel set. Like which part? How much are you gonna see it tomorrow? You'll see pictures too. You'll see pictures. And if you done seen the movie, you'll be like, oh, that's that. It might be on a spaceship. It might be. I might have held weapons. I might have met some of them and got to talk to some of them. I might have saw a scene being filmed. So I'll tell her about, it's a recorded video. I'll just talk about it, show some pictures. I'm going to tell y'all what, they did show some, like when even the pre-screening, they showed some like trailers to I even forgot what trailers they showed. But usually pre-screenings, they don't really show trailers. Like you get right to the movie at pre-screening. They don't, but they showed some. So I was like, oh, they're going to show trailers. And I was like, oh, they're going to show Endgame trailer, show Endgame. I was like, show Endgame trailer. But I doubt you're going to get an Endgame trailer for Captain Marvel. I doubt we are. They'll wait like a week or so. We're due for another one. I doubt though there'll be one. All right, we might get in. All right, yeah. Uh-oh, Perry took away. She's powerful because she's powerful, Amanda, because her powers come. Evans. That was crazy. It's crazy how, like in this one, I was really expecting she gets her power. Like they do talk about how she gets her powers in this, And I was not expecting how she got her powers in this one. I thought it was going to be more of like I don't want to say anything. I can't say anything. This is hard. I want to say stuff. But I was shocked of how she got her powers in this. Maybe it's a storyline in another comic. I don't know. But it was interesting. I have a Captain Marvel preview comic book. And, I want to read more Captain Marvel. Like I like, especially that's why I said I recently got into it. I wasn't even really that excited for this movie until I started getting these comics a few months ago. Then I got super excited about it. She looks very cool. Liked her costume. She liked her costume. It remind because there was funny parts, right? Like there was I'm gonna talk about this part. I mean, this is not no spoiler or anything, but there was a part where you're seeing in the thing that she's like, right? She lands in the blockbuster, right? We saw that in the trailer. Like something happens in the blockbuster, right? She comes lands in or whatever, and here pulls up Nick Fury and the guys, and like she's on the phone, and someone says something about like her and her, what did they say? Like her scuba suit. Like they have a lot of funny lines in this. A lot of it comes from Samuel L. But it has humor in it. Like it kind of reminds me of an Ant-Man. It kind of reminds me of Ant-Man as far as origin story. Like it has humor. She's not funny. I didn't find her funny, but everybody else I thought was funny. I think right now the MCU is centered around her. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's true. They said she can traverse the quantum realm. I guess that's what they meant. They do hint that she's a major part of Endgame. I mean, you have your end credit scenes that lead up to the Endgame that you'll see. I can't say stuff. Like, is that bad to say? Like, I don't know what's bad to say or not. I don't want to ruin stuff for you. I would be mad because I told y'all, no spoilers. No spoilers. So I don't want to spoil anything for y'all. Overall, I think go see it. You know you're going to see it. You're going to go, like, even if I came up on here and was like, that's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Even if I said that, the worst movie I've seen in my life, blah, blah, blah. Don't go see it. Y'all know you're going to go see it. Y'all know. It's the next movie in the MCU. Your Endgame's going to come out in a month and a half. Y'all going to go see it, even if I hated it. I think it was enjoyable. First half, I thought was boring. I was not into her backstory stuff. Second half, I was in love with. I thought she was totally badass. Loved it. Loved some Samuel. Loved the agents parts of it. The shield. Loved the cat. Yes, it's a Marvel. You're going to go. Whatever I come in here and say, I'm not going to sway y'all. I know y'all going to go see it. It has a buddy cop feel. What does a buddy cop feel? Scuba Dave. That's what it was. Was it Scuba Dave? Blank, did you see it? Did you tell me you saw it? She was like, it was like the scuba thing with Captain Marvel can zap me with her powers any day. Perry likes him some Captain Marvel. And tomorrow we'll have some fun. Good night, Evans. Does she land in the Pulp Fiction section of Blockbuster? That's funny. Because I was when like she was like looked at, there was a part she looked at like a movie. I was like, what movie is she looking at? I didn't think Pulp Fiction, but I was like, which I did see. It was like, was it like Rotten Scoundrels or some kind of movie like this Rotten Scoundrels. All right, Amanda, if you haven't, you should really watch Whiskey. I haven't, never heard of it. Scott Foley and Lauren new show. Like a buddy cop movie to it. I don't know what a buddy cop movie means. Jordan, what does a buddy cop movie feel? I don't know. No, I didn't see it. Scuba Dave. That was a reference to Adam Sandler movie. I know. From Big Daddy. Scuba Dave. But it was kind of like, they were like, I don't know if they said Scuba Dave, but they were like, she's in a scuba suit. Is the hottest woman superhero ever? Really, Perry? Michelle Pfeiffer? Well, she's not a superhero. She was a villain, I guess. Catwoman. What about, no, I think Wonder Woman, what's her name? Gal Gadot? Is that her? Gal Gadot? I think she's beautiful. I think she's prettier than Captain Marvel. You really think? Perry's got to think. Perry! Calm yourself, Perry. I didn't know you had a thing like that for Captain Marvel. Well, you're going to like her in this, Perry. because she's in her suit like most of the time. She is in some kind of suit like 90% of this movie. I was like, all she wore this whole movie was her suits. She was in it. The Jose Critic! Hey! Well, and Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is, but she's a villain. So we can't really say superhero, right? But I think I think she's hotter than, I like Wonder Woman better. I'm still like, Captain Marvel was never like a big, I said, I didn't even read the comics till recently. I was not that into her. And probably I wouldn't have if she wasn't like a lead up to Endgame too. But I enjoyed this movie. I did. I enjoyed it. So I'm giving it final answer 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the ending that much. The beginning, I fell asleep. I told you I fell asleep. The ending, I was so into it. The twist in it, the plot twist, so taken aback by many, not just one. I was not seeing it coming. Like there is plot twists in here. I was like, what? I did not see coming. Not at all. So you got me there, Marvel. You got me there. Like it was not predictable. It wasn't, even though that's why I said it's with these movies, you write comics and you try to do, it's going to do this and this and this. This one, I could not have predicted you couldn't, even if someone said predicted $1 million and I went and studied all the comics in the past, I would have not predicted the plot twists in this, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed that from the movie. I did. So what I didn't is I thought the beginning was confusing and I wasn't in love with Brie. Not like Perry's in love with Brie. Like I like her acting. I know she's a good actress. She won the awards. I seen her in that room and stuff. I thought parts where she was interacting with people, I liked her. But that's what I said. Parts when she's like on her own and her very little lines, I was just like, I didn't connect. Me and her did not connect like that. I'm not. I didn't have that connection for like loving her like I do other like superheroes. And I don't think it's because she's like I like Wasp, my girl Evangeline Lilly, who plays a Wasp. Me and her like this. I love me somebody. I connect. I love me some Wasp. I'm not feeling that from Captain Marvel. I'm not like, oh, I love me some Captain Marvel. I think she's bad, tough, but like on this like level of just lightness, I'm just like, she's Captain Marvel. Chris, I could say that. Like Chris, I'm just like, I didn't have any kind of feelings for her. Like if they could have put someone else totally in that role, and I wouldn't miss her. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't. So maybe I don't know if I don't know. And this is what I'm saying. I know she's a good actress, Brie. Like I seen her in Room. She's a good actress. So it has me wondering, is this her acting? Or is this the script? Is this the direction they wanted Captain Marvel to be? Disconnected, maybe that they're like, well, she's, she starts a movie, she don't have memory. So she can't have a personality because she don't have memory. Is that was the direction they thought it should go? I just didn't have that connection with Captain Marvel in the movie. I didn't. What I miss? Blank. I think I told you I met Gal. I love Gal Gadot. And that's what I said. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, loved. They can't replace Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot for me. They can't. They can't replace, Evangeline Lilly as a Wasp for me. No. If somebody came out as Captain Marvel, I'd be like, and I just didn't have that connection with her. Structon, all right. She thanked me for my military service. Oh, while we were talking, then she said she served and told me as a special force instructor. Look at you. Look at you having your moment with Gal. I fancy Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, and Harley Quinn, AK. This movie, Chris is sucked. Horrible story, poor cast. Now, I'm not taking it that far, Chris. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. there was so much I liked about it that I actually even when I want to say give it a 7, 7.5, but then I'll have to think about other stuff. I'm like, no, I love this part about it. I love there was a lot that made me, I'm giving it 8 out of 10, but it wasn't. I wonder even, I should even sit and try to see where I would rank it in the MCU movies. It wasn't bad as Thor, the dark horse, or it wasn't as bad as that Thor. It wasn't as bad as the Incredible Hulk. It was still up there for me. It wasn't as bad as Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I did not like. I enjoyed it more than those. But it wasn't like the caliber of, like, of course it's not gonna be like Infinity War. Oh, Chris's honest thoughts. I want to hear them. My review. I went in hoping for the best. Brie was flat as Captain Marvel, but the story was weak. That's what I'm saying. Like some of the, you think so I don't know if the story was weak. There was a lot that took me aback. But there was like a lot that I was bored with, you know. Feminism is not bad in that. I wanted to say that too, Chris. Chris, I'm glad Chris is giving his reviews right here. Because I was like, everybody went, feminist movie, feminist movie. I'm watching this, I'm like, feminist movie? Like, she's not going in there like, I'm a girl. I'm a girl and I'm kicking butt. I was like, this is not, I would not say this is a feminist movie. Like, I thought that was dumb. Like, they want to say this, I'm not watching this feminist movie. I totally was like, there's no, like, because she's a tough, like she can beat anybody's butt, like superhero, badass, like superhero. Okay. But it wasn't like she was going there flaunting, like, I'm a girl and I'm kicking butt. Like, I did not see any feminism type in this. I was like, I think they were stretching it by even saying it's like a feminist movie because they have a female character as the title. I was like, no. So I'm with you on that, Chris. The whole feminist stuff and people want to see it for that. Well, forget, because I didn't find that this movie was. First hour drags and goes nowhere. That's what Chris, I fell asleep the first half, like some of the first parts. I fell asleep. And I was like, in the first part, I was like, oh Lord, this movie's gonna suck. This movie's gonna be terrible. But I don't know if it's the first hour. That's extreme. But it was like pretty much maybe the first quarter of it, even a little more than quarter. I wouldn't even say half though, because the second half I was into it. It was like night and day for me. Ben Mendelsohn is great. Which one is he? Y'all know Chris, you come in here. You know I don't remember names. Which one is Ben Mendelsohn? Who's he play? Is that Colson? I always forget their names. I know Samuel Jackson. He does. Samuel Jackson, like the scenes with her, and that's what I'm saying. Like when she's with someone else, I thought it were good scenes. You know, her and Samuel, great scenes. Their chemistry, like back and forth, great. But when she's not, I'm just like, ugh. Goose the cat and Furies. Oh my gosh. I love me some Goose the cat. And they're Goose and Samuel together. Perfect. Perfect. It's funny. The ending is pretty poor. She is so OP. It's not funny. What is OP? How do I not know these? Chris, you got it. What is OP? You give it a 6 out of 10? See, I didn't think it was that low. Maybe because the ending I loved so much. Like I did. And you thought the ending was poor? I was totally into it, Chris. That's why I was like 7.5, 8 for me. What I don't want to give spoilers, but I'm curious when we could talk about it, Chris. I want to know. No, don't say it here. Don't give spoilers. Oh, overpowered. She is so, oh yeah. She is so overpowered and it ain't funny. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like she's the only one that could take Thanos. And I think that's what maybe they're setting it up for, you know? But you never know because there was so much from the comics. And now, Chris, have you ever seen the comics? Because the main the huge plot twist, I think, in this is something that's totally opposite in the comics, and I don't know how I feel about it. I rate, yeah, forgettable origin film, more like phase one movie. Mm. Brie Larson, aka Captain Marvel, is beautiful, strong, independent woman who can hold her, and she don't need no man. She's a beautiful, strong, independent woman that don't need no man, huh, Perry? That's right, Perry. Oh, yeah. They could have done better. No, like I'm just saying, like I'm not. I think you're right for a phase one type movie, but you have to think what are most of these phase one type movies? They're introducing these new characters, and most people like what Iron Man. You already kind of know Iron Man's like a big character. I think most people know even before the MCU movies. So Thor. People know about Thor. People know about Hulk. So when they're introducing them in the phase one, I think it's a little easier. I think it's tougher for Captain Marvel, and which was I found it confusing because I don't think they gave us enough to get us hooked right away to her character. Also, do you know what I mean? Because even though I've read some Captain Marvel comics, I was still very confused that first half, and I don't know if that's what made it boring for me for the first half because I was just like confused and just like, what is going on? Like this one, I'm just like, what is going on? Music was good, but not one song really stuck. But not music was good, but not one song really sticks with her. All right. I mean, they had good music. They had good music. It was like 1995, right? Isn't that the time she went back into? So they had the 1995 kind of music and stuff. I like the action. I thought the action scenes, I was like, I wanted more of it. When she's fighting, when they're fighting, like when the agents get up in there, I wanted more of it. Arrow is ending after season 8. Muppets, we got to do something about this. All right, y'all. Listen, I got to go soon. I got to pick up my daughter for Girl Scouts, but I'm glad y'all came and talked about the movie with me. Look out for my video tomorrow. I'm going to talk about my set visit, Captain Marvel set visit. All right. I'm going to show some pictures. And if you've seen the movie, Chris, you're going to recognize some things in the pictures, some people, some objects, some parts of the set, maybe. So look out for that video because that video, I can talk about it. It breaks embargo tomorrow. So I'm not coming on live. I'm just going to have a video talking about it, show my pictures. So look out for that in the morning. All right. And I guess when will I go live again? I'll go live again this week because I'll have that video up tomorrow. Oh, I'll go live Friday evening with Terrence. We'll talk about Gotham, and I have to watch last week's episode of Gotham, and we'll talk about that in this week. So we're going to catch up on some Gotham. I just thought they rushed this movie to shoehorn in the end game, and it shows. Chris, I'm with you. Like I enjoyed it. I liked it. Chris, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I enjoyed it. I'm going to see it again. I told you there's parts I fell asleep on. But it could have been done better. I agree with you. It totally could have been done better. And I think this whole ridiculousness, people not wanting to see it because of the feminism stuff. Like I just want to laugh at it because I really want those people to go see it and be like, oh, and I want to ask them, I'm like, what part of that didn't you like the feminism stuff? What part made you mad? Because I tried to sit and think of it, and I was like, there's nothing. I didn't find her to be like, I didn't. I didn't find any of it to be like girl power. There wasn't any part where like girl power, like none of that. which I kind of wanted to see, truthfully. I did. Whatever. Like when the girl, I felt like Wonder Woman was more like feminist to me when they're the Amazon girls and all, and they were kicking butt in their team. I felt like that was more like a feminism movie than Captain Marvel. All right. I gotta go soon. When am I? Captain Marvel is her own boss. Have a great rest of the night. If the media didn't push the feminist stuff, it wouldn't have been mentioned in the movie. Yeah. I think it did more damage than needed. I agree, Chris. Like because it doesn't even show in the movie. I'm not. It's dumb. Like that we even talked about this. I'm not watching this movie thinking anything like that. All right, I gotta go. Gotta pick up my kid. Look for my video tomorrow. Look for it. Watch the ads because you know I'm making that ad money. Bye, y'all. Bye.